Hello.
Howdy.
Welcome to Beer Explain.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Super Wild Card Sunday.
Super Wild Card Sunday.
Apparently that's a thing. I don't know why it's super, but
because there's two extra games.
Well, I mean, now normal games, right? Is every year super now?
Well, is this going to be the normal playoff thing, or is it just for COVID year?
Kidding me? They got two extra games on TV.
It will be permanent. You are corrected now.
Come on,
you are corrected.
Come on now. All right. Back to this. Welcome to Beer Explain. I'm Poppy Hippo.
Beer's Not Esquire. That's me. Oops.
And we are Beer Explaining.
We are Beer Explaining.
So today's first tasting will be the third in our series of Santa's Brass from Drake's.
Yes, Santa's Brass, the Barrel Aged Barley wine. This one, barley wine ale, it says, in whiskey and, I can't read this, port barrels again, which we liked last time.
What's the big ABV on this one? 14 or something?
Let's see here. No, 14.8.
Luckily, these bottles are getting
this
smaller.
One's slightly smaller, yeah. So we might actually live through this one. So,
yeah. There'll be 3 little beer explaining shows today. Little live shows.
What year was this? I forgot.
This is 2018.
2018. Yep, 2018.
So, we're going to pour some. We're going to do some tastes on this. And if you're interested in our thoughts on the last two, those videos are also posted.
There you go.
Alright, so let's try this. Port and whiskey barrel-aged barley wine.
You're getting the whiskey from here.
Oh, pour the big one. Alright, check out the new beer explaining paddle. Hope you can see that. It's dope.
It's upside down. No, you can't quite see where it says beer explaining.
Well, whatever it says beer explaining, you have to believe us. Alright, let's try some beer.
This one doesn't quite have as much port flavor.
I get more of an alcohol. I get the port here.
Well, 14.8.
Oh, for those concerned about our health, we did do a 15-mile bike ride this morning.
And a 4-mile.
A 4-mile run hike yesterday.
Hills.
We determined it was a hike because it was over uneven ground, as discussed previously.
That is correct. It was a hike.
So.
It's on unpaved ground, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, uneven. Yeah, and it hills. So let's try this. It smells good. I thought the last one might smell better.
I agree, but this one might taste better. Oof. The finish on this one is just...
It's good. I think it's really good.
You get the late alcohol burn, but it's really well, again, balanced in the flavors. It's not... There's no one thing that's overpowering everything. I think this might be the best one so far, from my perspective.
Me and my deep thought. It's good. Yeah, the alcohol burn there is at the end. It's dark. It's deep. It comes on. It's very rich, right away on the tongue. I'm not sure if I caught any specific notes.
Well, you get the port, you get the whiskey, you get the barley wine flavors, which is the tinny alcohol flavors. But I get a little bit of smoke out of it too from the chocolate malt and stuff. But I think it's got a really really good flavor. If you like the barley wine and you like the dark barrel aged beers, this one is I think it was outstanding.
Yeah, this is a good vertical choice. I think doing one a week is probably the right play, too. I don't even know how we'd have gotten through 4 days in one
Unless we had 10 people. Yeah.
We'd have had to dump like a whole bunch because we could not have drank on all this. I'll tell you that. So color's great. It's dark.
I would like a little bit more head. The bubbles are dying too fast. That could be from the aging. It's not as much mouthfeel as I would like from the carbonation, which again, it could be from the aging or it could just be because it's 15% alcohol.
Next week's our oldest. Next week will be the 2017.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I think this is outstanding. I think this is really, really good. I would rate this like a 4.5. This is really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I think a good rating is probably warranted on this. I probably should get a photo of it eventually, but it's alright. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this feels like a sipper, like if you're with friends, for sure. We're gonna let this kind of age, and you'll see us try it again during the later videos as well.
Yeah,
let it sort of sit and
warm up a little bit,
because
breathe, as it were.
Yeah, because I guess barrel aged stuff is typically a little better in like room temperature.
We should get more flavor.
This is straight out the fridge, of course. And last week that did prove true. It really was better after a little while. So, so that's good. Let's see here. I don't really have any other thoughts on this beer specifically, honestly.
No.
I have some thoughts on Drake's Brewing generally. I think Drake's is a really nice spot. I really look forward to them reopening.
Yes.
Their outdoor space is really, really nice.
I need some dirty tots.
They do have really good tots there.
They do. And it's a great space. The indoor space is huge.
Have you been to the SAC one?
I have not been to the SAC one. I've only been to the San Leandro one.
And you've been to Oakland. You were at Oakland with us.
Oh, that's true. I've gone to dealership. Yes,
Yeah.
that's
I was
true.
gonna say,
That's true.
yeah.
Been a dealership.
Yeah, we'll take you on the SAT. Next time we're on a SAT trip,
Is that the
we'll
one
make
that's in the
Drake's
barn?
Drake's the barn, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take you on that trip. Next time we do a SAT trip, and we're open again.
Yeah, we're allowed to go places.
We will stop at Drake's.
It'll be fun.
There, so.
But yeah, no, Drake's is great. Again, they're a brewing powerhouse, not in terms of size, but in terms of reach. Their brewers are everywhere. They're pretty much a farm system. If you talk to a brewer, the chances are they've worked with someone or worked at Drake's themselves. So it's pretty much just a farm system for local brewers, and they every one of those guys who go off and go to a different place, they make good beer.
Yeah, they do make good beer.
So Drake's is a great place to learn. I think
They have some good flavors. They have a really nice selection of beers too.
they do.
My only real complaint about them is that I think their bar line system is terrible.
Yeah. It doesn't quite work.
I'm not really a fan of breweries that have the old school sort of bar approach when you want your drink, where it's just sort of like you get into a pile and you just sort of push your way towards the bar and eventually you get an order. Like, I'm a big fan of organized lines, personally.
I think it works better. But I'm also when you're one of the regulars, then the push to the front of the line thing works okay.
I've never gone to a brewery you have to be a regular at anything, Shane.
I have.
I can't really comment on that. Oh, let's go to Amber. What are you drinking? Give us a quick show of that action on the camera. There you go.
We're having Ambrosia.
Transcends Ambrosia Sour Ale. It's a smoothie sour ale.
Smoothie sour ale from Transcend Brewing called Ambrosia. It was very good. I thought it was kind of guava-y, but I could be completely wrong.
I like the coconut.
You told me there's coconut in it?
There's coconut in it.
I already told you there's coconut in it. Anyway, so Drake's, we love them. My only complaint about them is some of their more popular beers, like the 1500 and their regular IPAs, just aren't my favorite. I actually like some of their off-brands better than those two. But those beers they're solid beers. They're just not my favorites.
Yeah, it's very, very drinkable, I think. Some friends.
I agree.
All right, well, this is the first show of the day, so we should probably talk about some current events, because that's kind of what we do. Otherwise, we won't be explaining anything, I suppose, right? So let's talk about this
Nothing
week.
happened in the week, Corey. What could there be to talk about?
Wednesday was a very busy day.
It was
probably the day where I was the most interested in social media feeds of the year, or possibly, last year, maybe not. No, probably last year too, because honestly, the election coverage doesn't really start rolling up until late.
Right.
So you don't get as much. Wednesday's actions started around 10 a.m. for us, and it sort of all went crazier from there.
Yeah. I basically spent the whole day watching the news.
Yeah. Moral of the story: don't storm the Capitol.
Don't storm the Capitol.
It's not great, regardless of what your reasons are. I mean, admittedly, there are some dope-looking selfies in there, like just chilling out behind like the speaker's seat, and the one dude's still on the podium. You got
Viking dude.
Yeah, Viking dude. You got homie just chilling in Pelosi's chair.
Yep.
Like, I mean, if I'd stormed the Capitol, those would be on my wall for sure on Facebook. It would be there for a while because I couldn't change it after they
arrested you,
put me in jail.
Yeah, there's that slight little problem where it might still be there for a while. It might be hard to take it down because then they arrested you. So there's that. But I think it's 58 arrests the last time.
Was it 58 arrests? There was 4 deaths, I believe. One guy tased himself in the balls till he died. You got that right? Tased himself in the balls until he died.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yes.
The wife is looking at me crazy. Okay, so story on that.
How did he die?
Some guy had a taser in his pants. And,
tased.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying teased.
No, tased. He had a taser in his pants, and somehow he triggered it, spiked him right in the balls. And I guess he triggered it multiple times, enough to give him a heart attack. So that is probably the leading Darwin Award, I think, for the year.
I would say, yeah. Survival of the fittest at its best, right there.
So that's great. That's great. It
was
a way.
Apparently,
it was a way.
I didn't know that either, but yes, apparently it is.
One Capitol police officer died, I believe, bludgeoned to death with a fire extinguisher by the mob.
Yeah.
So sad.
The police officer.
One ex-Navy, ex-Navy lady with a 4-year-old died because she was storming the Capitol, and she happened to be one of the first to try to break through into the actual chamber where the senators are, and the cop shot. Which seems completely reasonable to me. Not the storming part, like the shooting the people who are trying to storm.
It's sad that it happened, but at some point you're like, but if you can shoot someone who's trying to break into a target, can you shoot someone who's trying to get into a building where senators are, especially while they're expressing things like skin them alive, hang them, shoot them.
Run around with zip ties. So,
Yeah. So you know,
Odd.
yes. So
People are sad.
Yeah, so that's my take on Wednesday. I don't think I have anything else on Wednesday terribly. It's, hopefully next week will be
smoother,
interesting.
normaler.
We'll see. We got 10 days till the inauguration.
10 days till the
we'll see how that
inauguration.
works.
That's going to be the next big one.
Yeah.
The 20th. It'll be interesting to see how that goes.
So I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap this little mini setup right here. So cheers. We'll see you back in like 2 or 3 minutes. Honestly, we're pouring our next one.
Cheers.
Everything.
Welcome back to Beer Explaining for part 2 of 2018 Santa's Brass.
Santa's Brass. We let this one sit here at room temperature a little bit to try to warm up with the darker, heavier beers. Your bigger beers you do normally want to drink, as we discussed. Not quite room temperature, but certainly not 40, 45 degrees. Probably in the 55 range is better. So this one's been sitting here for about half an hour, so it should be a good temperature. You should get more aromas, but you should get a lot more flavors.
Well, let's find out.
I don't get much more.
The aroma, I think, is still the same.
Yeah, I think but it was a really good aroma before.
I do think the flavor actually has improved some. I feel like it's a little more deep.
So
like
I'm getting more
strong.
port. I'm getting more port than, and I think I said that with the 2019, that as it warmed up, you got more of the port flavors. It's the cherry port flavor is coming out, I think, much more pronounced, which is not a bad thing. I like that flavor. So
It's definitely better, I think, now
it
than
is.
it was like
It
a
is.
half an hour
So
ago.
this is just a really fucking good beer.
It's very simple. The alcohol burn isn't as strong as it was a little strong at the beginning.
Yep.
For sure. This is a good beer, though.
It's a good beer. They've made good beer. So cheers to Santa's Brass, because this is, again, I think this was the best one we've had so far.
Of the Santa's Brasses, yes. Which doesn't surprise me. I expect the next one might actually be better because it will be the 4-year aged one.
I'd be curious to see that.
We'll see.
We will see.
Thanks for joining us for our quick little
Thanks for coming
follow-up.
back.
So if you try yourself some barrel aged stouts, maybe just let them warm up a little bit.
Yep. It's good advice.
All right. Cheers. Thanks
Cheers.
for watching.